Hello and welcome to the video tutorial on how to use VoiceThread for recording presentations. So you may be asked in one of your courses to submit a recorded presentation using VoiceThread, and this is how you do that. In your course you might have a couple links to VoiceThread. One should be a link to your VoiceThread home account for you to access your VoiceThread account, and you might see another link that says course view or presentations or something like that. But they're two different things. One is, like I said before, a link to your personal VoiceThread account so you can create your presentation, and the other is to view presentations that are shared with the course. So you should have a link to VoiceThread in the course. If you don't, another way to get to your VoiceThread account is if you go to My Home, and then over on the right you should see VoiceThread My Voice. So this would take you to your VoiceThread account as well. But I will go back to my VoiceThread link here. So in my course, I'm going to click on VoiceThread Home, link to create your VoiceThread. And this could be called something else, but it really goes to your VoiceThread account. Okay, we're in our VoiceThread account. So the first thing I need to do is click on this Create tab. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then I need to add media. I can find a PowerPoint or a PDF or other files too, movie files, audio files from my computer. Media sources, this refers to like Flickr, maybe some library content. You can take a webcam photo, webcam video, or a URL. What this really is, this isn't really what you think it might be, like a link to a website. It's really a link to a file. So let's say you have a video or an audio file somewhere on a server, net files or something like that, or it could be a photo. You need the URL to bring it into here. So the end of this path would be .png or .movie or whatever. It's not really for sharing links like to yahoo.com or to Reddit or wherever. So just bear that in mind. So 99% of the time you're going to use upload from my computer. One thing with VoiceThread, you can't go ahead and just create your presentation within VoiceThread. So you have to do that using PowerPoint or Keynote, or what I like to use is Google Slides. Now to get to Google Slides, I'll log into my mail, and then I'll click on this grid icon here, and then go to Google Drive. From here, I can create new. Your Google Drive might look a little bit different if you haven't switched to the new version of Google Drive. This might say create or something like that. But when I click on this, I can choose many things. I can choose to create a Google Slides presentation. And so I've already done that. I've already created a presentation, and this works pretty much just like PowerPoint. So you create slides, you can copy slides. There are different templates of slides here you can choose from, or you can change, what kind of templates you have. You can change the color, all sorts of things, and it acts pretty much like PowerPoint. The cool thing about Google Slides is that if you've used anything from Google, you know that you can probably share and collaborate with other students using various Google apps. And same with, you can do the same with Google Slides. So over here I can share this presentation with, I've already shared it with her, but I can enter Jill's name here, and I'm giving her editing access to this document, and then I can send it to her. So I've already done that. I've already shared it with a few people here, and it shows that I'm the owner, but Jill can edit, and so on and so forth. So if you are doing a group presentation, that's fine. You can do group presentations in VoiceThread as well. And this tutorial is going to talk about both, the individual and the group presentation in VoiceThread. So all in one video. Lucky you. So here's the slide presentation, and let's say we're done. So I'm, group member A, and then I create my set of slides. Group member B creates their sets of slides or edits their sets of slides in the same presentation document, and then when we're ready, somebody's got to go ahead and download this to their computer and upload it into VoiceThread, and I'll show you how to do that. So when you're all done, when all your group members, or if it's just you presenting, if you're done with the presentation, just click on File, Download As, and what I like to use is PDF. VoiceThread loves PDF documents. It can take PowerPoint, it can take image files, and so on. But anytime you have a link embedded in a PowerPoint, you're gonna get an error message in VoiceThread. Whereas with a PDF, if you have embedded links within the presentation, you won't get an error with VoiceThread. The links won't work, but you won't get that error, and you'll be able to import your presentation. So I always choose PDF, and I'll save it. And then in VoiceThread, I'll just go back here and make sure I'm in my Create area. I'll click on Add Media and then My Computer, and I will find Students My Presentation here, PDF. So I'll open that up, and it might take a minute to process. What I want to do first is just add a title to this, because you have to. And I would say maybe Group. Okay. Alright, so here are my slides. I can delete them, I can move them around, and so on. I can do a lot of things with them. So here are my slides. I can always add more slides too. I can hit Add Media and add more slides or more content to this as well. Next thing I want to do is, let's say I am working in a group and I want to share this presentation with other fellow group members so they can comment on it as well. So the next step I would probably do after I upload the presentation is click on Share here. And you will want to find your class. So I'm going to just search for Media Specialist. Now you probably don't have a ton of courses that you have here. You probably just have maybe one or two listed that are using VoiceThread, and that's okay. So I have 2 Media Specialist Playground courses, and that's okay. I'm going to use the bottom one. That's the most recent one. In this case, I don't want to share this to the course yet. I just want to share it with the other group members. So what I can do is I can click on Members here, and I can just share this with LTU and OES team here. These are 2 department accounts, but just mention they are student accounts. So I'm sharing it with LTU and OES team, and then the next thing I need to do is let them edit the presentation. So they can view, they can comment on it, and they can edit it, and then I can share it. So they'll get an email notification saying that this is shared with them. You can always see who has access to your VoiceThread by clicking on Who Has Access and see who can do what, and you can change settings here and so forth. When it comes time to sharing this presentation with your class, you want to go back to the Secure tab and then again find your course, and your course should just pop up. But then you just want to select the whole course group here. So this is outlined in blue, and I don't want other students to edit the presentation, but I do want them to view it and maybe leave comments. I don't need to send an email though, so I'll deselect that, and I will share this with the course group. So let's say I'm working with a group. First I would share it with my group members, then when we're done with the presentation, we're done recording our comments, we can share it with the class. So that's how you do that. There are other ways to share. If you just want to share with your instructor, you can do that too, just by clicking on Members again, like I showed you, and selecting the instructor. You can add contacts and share it with them. And that's kind of the basics for sharing a VoiceThread. The next thing I want to do, if I am working in a group, or if it's just me commenting on my presentation, what I can do now is go to Options and then Playback Settings. And what I want to select here is deselect Start Playing when opened. So when I open up my slide to leave a comment on it, I don't want it to start playing and advance to the next slide and the next slide. I want it to stay on slide 1 so I can do my recording. So that's one thing that I do to kind of make it easier to record comments. So I hit update. Next, I want to add a comment to my VoiceThread. So I'll go ahead and hit comment, and the VoiceThread viewer player pops up. Now, I can choose a number of different ways to record comments on my VoiceThread. I can record just a text comment, just inputting text here. I can call in to VoiceThread and leave a recorded comment with my phone. Now, I would not use that. You get like eight minutes, I believe, and then VoiceThread gives you an overage charge if you go beyond that. Microphone and webcam, these are the two most popular ways to present and comment on VoiceThreads. And then there's an option to upload an audio file here. But I will stick to one of the two popular modes of presenting. I guess I'll stick with the webcam. Now, when I click on that button, or when I click on the microphone option, you'll get this message, Adobe Flash Player settings, and I want to say allow so that Adobe Flash Player can use my webcam and microphone. And then it gives me a countdown, and now I can begin my recording. I can say, hello and welcome, my name is Greg Steinke. I'm the media specialist for the College of Continuing Education, and this is my tutorial for you, my presentation for you. You can see it's recording, this little red dot up here blinking. Sometimes you might get a message up here that says, do you want to allow or deny the Flash Player settings? You want to hit allow again. So look out for any other Flash Player settings pop-up thing that could happen on your screen. So now I'm recording. I can record my presentation like I'm delivering it live. I can advance to the next slide and I can talk about that. I can go back to my previous slide, and I can, just kind of go back and forth like that. So it's a simple recording tool. You have your slides, and you can record your comments with video or audio. And there are some other tools. There's an annotation markup tool here where you can click a marker and highlight things, and that works okay. It's kind of tricky to get it to work properly, but so that's VoiceThread. So let's say I'm done. I want to hit stop recording, and when I do, I want to make sure to save my recorded comment. So, all right, and I'll save it. So it's saved now, and if I can always play it back by clicking on my head here, or I can play it back down here, and it will play. If I don't like my comment, I can go ahead and delete my comment there. Another way you can record comments is, let's say you don't want to do it all in one take. You want to do it slide after slide. That's not as fluid as you would normally give a presentation. So I like this method better. You just hit record and you do your thing. You record your presentation. But another way is you can hit record here and talk about this slide, and then hit stop and save it. And then you can go to the next one and record and hit stop and save it. So that's another way. It's not as fluid, not as natural, but that is another way you can present with VoiceThread. So the downside with this, you can't really delete or you can't edit your presentation. You can't edit anything out of it or trim the head and tail of it or anything like that. So it's all or nothing. But it's pretty basic. It's simple. It gets the job done, and it's just another tool for recording a presentation for the online classroom. So when you're all done, I will go ahead and hit share. And like I said before, you'd find your class. You won't have as many classes as I do here, but I would select my whole class group, and I would share it with everyone, so everyone else in the class can view it and comment on it. And I'd deselect notify by email, and then I'd share it. One other thing I forgot to mention is when you select your group members, when you initially share it with your group members, you want to, if you don't see your group members, that's because the other group members have not clicked on a VoiceThread link yet to initiate their VoiceThread account. So if you don't see them, that's why. What they would need to do is go in the course and click on the VoiceThread link. And when they do that, it should initiate their VoiceThread account for that course. So that's the answer to that question, because you will probably run into that issue. Okay, so let's say we're done. We're done with our presentation. We've shared it with the course. Everything looks good. Now in the course, I can click on this VoiceThread course view, and this might be called something else, but it should refer to something that says VoiceThread presentations or something like that. So I'll go ahead and click on that, and this is kind of a bulk viewer, all the VoiceThread shared to your course. Okay, so here it is. It looks like I have shared this particular presentation many times with VoiceThread, so just disregard these other VoiceThreads here. So this is the latest one, and you can tell by group 1, VoiceThread presentation. There it is. I can click on it, and since I turned off automatic playback, there we go. The audio quality didn't seem that great there, but it might be because I'm also using the microphone for recording this tutorial guide. So that's it. So that is all to creating a presentation with VoiceThread. So I hope you found this useful. And for more information on VoiceThread, there should be links in this guide where this video is located for support and help using the tool. Okay, thank you.